Let's talk about something that will be happening on Friday. Friday night, we always do Dave Campbell's Texas Football Tonight, our premier high school football show, where basically a red zone style show. We have all of these games on Dave Campbell's Texan Live, and we dive in to as many of them as possible to see scores across the states, all of that. Well, this week, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Our gift to you in the final week of the Texas high school football regular season is that we will be doing a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Tonight special edition watch-along. We will be giving you one of the best games across the entire state for free.
For free? For me?
For you, for free. That will be Humble Summer Creek taking on Galena Park North Shore. We're going to put our final bow on this wild, gruesome District of Doom in 23-6A. And we hope that you will come join myself, Greg Tepper, Ishmael Johnson, and then the ladies here behind the scenes. And we're just going to sit back, kick our feet up, and watch a game that we're super excited to see.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup. And I think it's because there's nothing really on the line for this game. We know that North Shore has already locked up the 1 seed in 23-6A. Mm-hmm. Summer Creek they've pretty much locked up that 3rd seed because they lost to Atascocita earlier in the year. But if you like prospects, this is going to be the game for you. Now, North Shore, they've already locked up. They're going to obviously be going D1. Summer Creek has already locked up that 1 seed in Division 2. So this is going to be a fun game because these teams they're going to punch it out. It's going to be a great game. And they never have to see each other again because one's going D1, one's going D2 in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's funny because realistically speaking, if Summer Creek was able to do basically the unthinkable and beat North Shore, technically you would have North Shore, Atascocita, and Summer Creek all at 6-1 in district play. So technically there would be either shares of a district title or, all of that kind of stuff. But don't get me wrong, I think North Shore is going to win, but you're still... It doesn't matter
because they split
seeding perspective.
They split into 2 divisions once you get to 6A.
Correct. So very, very, very excited to see what ends up coming out of that game. I think that North Shore is going to be your favorite.
Definitely.
Interested to see Summer Creek go. I mean, North Shore doesn't really have anything to lose other than maybe an outright district title, but just interested to see what Summer Creek's able to do here because this would be a really big confidence boost if you are able to keep it close. Obviously, if you go back to when Summer Creek played Atascocita hopped out to like a 27-0 lead.
Yeah, we thought that was over, and that was the weeks 5 or week 6, and up until that point, Summer Creek had not allowed a single point to be scored the entire season.
No.
So they got to be, they were like flabbergasted at that point. Like, oh my gosh.
It's the first time they had been punched in the mouth.
They'd been punched in the mouth, right.
No one had ever really punched him in the mouth until Atascocita, and it didn't go well until halftime. And whatever Kenny Harrison said to his Bulldog squad was like, hey, pull your head out of your butt. Because they came back and took Atascocita literally down to the last drive, basically one of the last plays of the game to be able to stop them. So this is a Summer Creek squad that now has been punched in the mouth. They know that they're going to get punched in the mouth by North Shore. Is it one of those things? Will they get off to a hotter start, which is something that I'm interested to see because with playoffs rolling around, I need to see them come out and start throwing punches early if I'm going to really buy in on this Summer Creek squad being a team that can make it the distance again.
Right. And I don't know so North Shore is typically a team that they do have some slower starts. Like they typically don't jump into gear really offensively, I guess you could say, until later on in the game, right? What happens if Summer Creek comes out and punches them right in the mouth, right? Can North Shore come back at that point? Can they even still compete at that point? You know, it'll be interesting to see. Also, North Shore, not to mention, 50-game winning streak for 50-game district winning streak for this team right now. Yeah. It is really hard to pick against a streak like that.
No, yeah, it's hard to do.
Like you said, North Shore, I think, is a favorite here, but definitely nothing to lose here, really, for either team, technically. But if Summer Creek can keep that close, I think you're right. I think it's a huge confidence booster for the Summer Creek squad going 6A D2 in the playoffs.
I think we're gleaning towards another Summer Creek and DeSoto matchup. If I guess that would be state championships. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle some explosive play too. They did it against Atascocita. They were able to neutralize them in the second half, but I'm interested to see how well Summer Creek comes out early on.
Yep.
And I think that'll determine a lot of the pace of the game.
Yep.
So we will be watching it right there alongside with you. So if you're not a Dave Campbell's Texan Live subscriber, please come join us for free. You can get this game. This is our gift to you heading into the best time of the year, which is Texas high school football playoffs. So we're excited to bring you that. And at halftime, we'll be checking in on a lot of scores and highlights and updates and stuff too. So you'll get a little bit of the normal Texas football tonight mixed in there. Don't think that we're not talking about some of these chaotic games in week 11.
Well, and what I'm really pumped about is usually going behind the scenes a little bit when we're looking at those score graphics, like the 6A, 5A D1, 5A D2. Usually those are some of the top ranked teams in that classification, in that division. We're kind of switching it up, and we're going to be displaying the scores of the games of matchups that have implications.
Yes.
So each one of the scores that you see on those classification division score sheets has an implication.
Yes.
And of course, there will be a QR code at the top of that screen to where you can actually go and look at the teams and the scores and all across the state of Texas. But that's what I'm really excited for about these score graphics this week. They're going to be fun to keep up with.
Week 11 is my favorite week of the Texas high school football season. Yeah. Now, obviously, playoffs are a lot of fun, but I look forward to week 11 because we get to focus on so many teams that we don't usually get to talk about. And you're going, why do I care if someone's finishing fourth? They're just going to go play a North Shore and get blown into the water next week. It's like, yes, but we're getting free playoff games, basically. It's playoffs before playoffs, and that's fun. So anyway, I hope that you will tune in wherever you're watching this show. 7:30 p.m. Well, actually, that's the other thing. Usually we start at 7:30. We are now moving that up. We will be live around 6:50, 6:55, but we will be hardcore going at 7 o'clock this week. So moving that up because the game starts at 7. So stand by your computers right at around 7 o'clock, and we will be live bringing you Dave Campbell's Texas Football Tonight special edition.